Lottery winners often end up back in bankruptcy just a few years after hitting the jackpot. The same thing happens to employees who land massive raises but find themselves struggling to cover their bills by the end of the month. More cash acts as an amplifier for existing habits. If the internal pattern in your head is to spend everything you earn, a higher income simply leads to higher expenses. Most of us are running on a hidden psychological programming that dictates our cash flow, regardless of how many zeros are on our paycheck. This programming ignores mathematics. It relies instead on the volatile reactions of primal human emotions. Working harder at a physical job will never change your baseline reality if these unexamined emotions are still the ones making your financial decisions. There are two specific feelings that drive this cycle. First, the fear of not having enough money forces people out of bed and into jobs they may not even like. Then, the moment a paycheck is deposited, greed or desire takes over. This immediate emotional relief compels them to buy the things they crave, from clothes to electronics. This lifelong loop of earning and spending is like a donkey chasing a dangling carrot. It is an illusion. Tomorrow brings only another carrot. Breaking out of this struggle requires you to stop letting feelings do the thinking for you. This mental shift begins at a cognitive fork in the road, the moment you see something you want but can't currently afford. The default reaction for most people is to state, "I can't afford it." Those four words act as a mental stop sign. They tell your brain to stop looking for solutions, which fosters a sense of helplessness and keeps your financial potential dormant. The alternative is to ask a question: how can I afford it? This question forces the brain to work. It boots up your problem-solving functions and demands you find a creative path to your goal, exercising your mind like a muscle. When you train your mind to hunt for solutions, it becomes your most effective tool for building wealth. Without this training, people often try to soothe their fear of being poor by purchasing items that make them look rich. They buy houses and cars on credit, falsely convinced these are smart investments. In reality, these are liabilities. A liability takes money out of your pocket through monthly payments. A true asset puts money into your pocket. Income directed to the asset column creates an upward flow, generating new money feeding back into your income statement. This mirrors the childhood strategy of Monopoly. You collect small, income-generating houses until you trade them for a hotel, providing a significant passive return. Your wealth grows based on the strength of this asset column, independent of your boss or your salary. To break the cycle, you must become an objective observer of your emotions rather than an unconscious reactor to them. This leads to the rule of paying yourself first, the baseline requirement for financial self-discipline. This doesn't require living in total deprivation. It simply means you must have the mental fortitude to direct money into your asset column before you surrender to external consumer temptations. In the information age, wealth is generated through ideas and agreements. You are no longer trading physical labor for survival. You are trading your financial intelligence. Every dollar that enters your hand serves as a choice. How you direct that dollar today dictates which economic class you will inhabit in the future. Your financial path depends on a daily decision. You can either react to your fears or train your mind to build for independence.